We're going to take a quick look at how to use the embedded newsletter feature of the soundboard to create an HTML newsletter to send to your audience. Also, we're going to take a quick look at how to build out a contact list. So when you're logged into the soundboard, you're going to see the three lines at the top right, the menu. We're going to click that, and we're actually going to start with contact lists. You can see newsletters and contact lists here. So when we click contact lists, this will tell you the list that you have already created and the quantity of contacts you have in them, or you can create a new one. So let's start that. We're going to name this list. Let's name this our Busy Moms list. We're going to create a list based on some of our customers who fit this criteria, and we're going to send them a specific newsletter that we think might interest them. So once you create your named list, which you can see here is Busy Moms, you have two ways to get contacts into it. If you just have a few, or you want to add them one at a time, you can do that here. The email field, of course, is required. The name field is not required. Let's do this. And our name. You have a second field here, or second option, to import contacts by CSV. So if you have some kind of contact manager that you already use, just export those as a CSV. CSV is a simple spreadsheet, and you can import here with one click. Now notice it's all you really need is that single column that contains the email addresses. You may provide a second column with names if you would like that, but you don't need anything else. Phone numbers, addresses, none of that stuff needs to come in. And then you hit import and it'll bring it all in. Now we've created this contact, and you can see here that this person is in the list and ready to go. All right, so we can either go back to lists to check it out, or we can go straight to create our newsletter feature. All right, so the first screen that we see here is the setup screen. Now, once we get going in the process, you can jump back and forth between these three screens if you need to make any changes. So at the top here, we've got a couple of fields. The recipient list is who's it going to. So we've said we wanted to send one to our Busy Moms list, so let's pick that one. What's the subject line of the email? Who's it coming from? And what email address do you want it to come from? So they'll recognize that. Now the headline, this is going to be a nice big title in the body of the email. You are probably more creative with your writing than I am, but that goes there. And then you can upload an image or a graphic. All right, so I've got a nice logo here. This can be a logo from your company or a picture of you or whatever you want. Then we have two fields here after our graphic. Notice this one says text above the articles. This one says the text below the articles. Now you'll see as we create it that there's going to be a text that appears above our list, obviously, and we're going to put this text here. So let's just put text above articles so you can see where this will land once we create it, and text below articles. So you can create, a few different variations. You can bold, you can make some headlines, bullet points. This is a hyperlink button, so if you wanted to drop in a link to your store, to a Facebook invitation for an upcoming event that you've got, all that is possible here. So now we're going to click next. So this brings us to step 2. And these are the articles that Soundboard provides that you can drop into your newsletter. So we're going to do this. If you know the article is ready to go in, you can just click add, and it's going to jump it over here to the right side. If you'd like to preview it before you add it, click anywhere on the article except for this button, and this will bring a preview screen. This particular article is pretty short. Probably it's a slideshow, but we like that, so let's add this to our newsletter. Same thing here. Let's see. So you can see the whole articles here for your preview, that's a good one. And I'm just going to add a few more real quick so you can see the different layout options. All right, so once you've got your selected articles over here, we're going to go to next. And this is our preview screen. So at the top here, we're on number 3. Again, you can go back to the other pages and make changes by clicking these buttons. So notice we've got a couple of pieces of information. Again, this is going to our busy moms list that has one contact in it, from what email address, and the subject line. So we've got several themes to pick from. In the one column theme, Healthy Living Soundboard logos at the top. Here's our headline. Here's where our text would go. And then the articles themselves are stacked pretty big, one right after the other. This does look great on mobile. And each of these has a button in it, so if the person wants to read the article, they can. And then you can customize the text below here. And of course, there's a functioning unsubscribe button. We don't want our people to unsubscribe, but they can. All right, that is the one column view. The two column view is going to keep the top article big again, but then it's going to make 2 columns, hence the name, right? Now, we picked an even number of articles. If we had picked an odd number, it would stop here. Since we picked an even to make the graphic fit correctly, it's made the bottom one big again. And then here's the text. The third and final choice for layout is the featured. And what this does is it makes the top one big again. And then it does a left, right, left with the graphics. And then if you have additional links, it makes them text only. This is a good choice if you're sending out more than four or 5 articles, just so that the sheer visual length of the email does not go on and on and on. But once you like the way you've got it, you can send out a test email to whoever you want, to yourself. And then you're going to hit send, and it's going to go, or you're going to get this pop-up. It's going to remind you what your list is, which list you're going to, who's it coming from, and all the articles are live links if you want to preview once more. Then we're going to send. And now we're back at the newsletters screen. Okay, that can be accessed via the menu up here. And so your newsletter screen is going to show you what you have in draft, so you can make things ahead of time and then send them out when you want. Or you can visit them once you've sent them. Okay, so here's our one that we just created, and you can go back and take a look at it. And then we also have a metrics button, and this is going to tell you on a line by line, on a contact by contact basis, did it get delivered? Was it dropped, bounced, or marked as spam? Hopefully none of those things will happen. Did they open it? And did they click an article within it? So you're getting a decent amount of metrics per email. So that can be found again on the newsletter screen here once you have completed it. I hope that helps. Let us know if you have any questions.